How much longer?
It was going to be a miracle if it worked. I sincerely think that in the end, nobody expected that radio to work.
Their attempt to make contact with the outside world has failed. Nando and Roberto know that death is now inevitable unless they attempt the impossible, scale the mountain that stands between them and safety.
Throw it out farther. Put them down farther. Hey guys! Wait up!
They build a giant cross next to the tail section as a sign to any rescue planes. It's now the 28th of November, and they've been trapped on the mountain for 47 days. Nando plans his escape.
I had chosen December 12th to leave, because if you do not choose a date, you stay and stay. I told Roberto we have to leave, because if we wait too long, we will become too weak to escape from here. The preparation for the final expedition was a lot of teamwork, spectacular teamwork. Everyone gave it their best shot so we could be successful.
Nando and Roberto expect the trek to last for days. The greatest danger will be freezing overnight on the mountain. But the insulation found in the tail could save their lives.
Carlitos was in charge of sewing a sleeping bag with copper thread that we got from electrical material from the airplane.
Make sure you keep the wire tight, keep the stitch close together.
The glare shield from the cockpit is used to make sunglasses to protect Nando and Roberto from snow blindness.
Our start. Yes, bro. Here.
To carry the supply of human flesh and water they'll need, clothes are converted into...
Some gave their best clothes so that we could fight the cold. Everybody knew that this was the last chapter in our story. The expedition would prevail, or it was death for all of us.
In village after village, Carlos posts a cash reward for any news about a crash site and the whereabouts of his son Carlitos.
Estoy tratando de encontrar información sobre el avión que se perdió. ¿Se los pasan a su papá?
Yo siento que me transformé en un cartero.
I felt like a postman, bringing news from place to place. I knew that the more people that were worried about the lost plane, the sooner we would find it.
Me tiene en la mente de que existía ese avión perdido, y más pronto lo íbamos a encontrar.
Before leaving the fuselage for the last time, Nando offers the remains of his mother and sister as food for survival.
Only as a last resort. O sea, no solamente Nando tenía la valentía.
Not only did Nando have the courage to climb the biggest mountain in the world, he had the courage and nobility to authorize us to feed from the most sacred thing he had, his mother and sister.
Nando, let's go!
I thought to myself that Carlitos doesn't know how scared I am, or that I don't know where I'm going. I don't have the slightest idea, and I said, look, this could be very difficult, and we may not return.
On the 12th of December, as planned, Nando and Roberto begin their climb. They're joined by 19-year-old Antonio Vicentin. Right from the start, the climb to almost 5,000 meters is physically devastating.
What I remember most while we were climbing was my breath, how I had to breathe before I moved another step.
Nando and the others can feel the effects of the high altitude. The air is much thinner, and every breath they take provides much less oxygen than at sea level. This reduces blood flow to the heart and muscles. Eventually, this restricted blood flow can cause brain fluids to leak inside the skull. The brain then begins to swell, and if left untreated, the results can be fatal. Symptoms include fatigue, headaches, nausea, vomiting, and loss of muscle control and coordination.
You close your mind to everything that is not of that moment. I was totally concentrating on the next step, where I was going to put my feet, my hand. My whole life was planning the next 10 or 15 meters, and then the next 10.
Los siguientes 10 metros, 15 metros, 20 metros.
It's now been weeks since the official Chilean rescue mission was called off. But the victims' families put pressure on the government in Uruguay to send up a special surveillance plane. High over the mountains, the plane's camera records an unmistakably human sign, a cross. The photos are developed at the Chilean Air Force Base. Jorge Massa and Carlos Paez examine them.
Look, this is a cross. This is a cross in the snow.
It's true. We've never seen a cross there before.
This is a sign that the boys are alive.
I hope you're right.
I am right.
But the next day, Commander Massa receives some new and disappointing information about the origin of the cross.
After speaking to officials in Argentina, we discovered that, unfortunately, the cross was actually made of instruments used to measure snow levels that would tell us how much water to expect in the summer.
The cross in the photos is not the one constructed by the missing boys. Once again, the rescue mission is called off.
Pensamos que íbamos a subir la montaña en un día y íbamos a estar arriba.
We thought we were going to climb the mountain in one day, and then see the valleys of Chile, or the lights of a city.
Tal vez las luces de una ciudad. Entonces no era lo que nosotros
But it wasn't what we thought. It was much bigger and much more difficult.
Mucho más difícil, mucho más grande.
Now over this, we'll see the foothills.
For 2 months, Nando and Roberto have believed that if they can get over the mountain, they'll descend into the green valleys of the Chilean foothills.